We're gonna make this intro super short because my camera tends to overheat. So
we
are doing a Q&A that is all in relation to life and boys and sex and all the things that I feel like are just not talked about enough. We don't care. Book.
Yeah.
You're here.
We'll spill it all.
Jazmine's channel will be linked in the description bar of this video, as well as the video that we did on her channel, which was so fun. We just answered like
so many questions.
About a lot of things.
Like there's not one specific.
Also her Instagram and her Twitch will be linked in the description bar because she's a Twitch girl. I'm not.
Literally my whole gaming setup is right here.
It like came up to me. I was like, I'm gonna mention that.
Mention Twitch.
How to handle friends ghosting you without reason. I think that's a really like good start for this Q&A because I've had my fair share of like losing friends who just kind of stop talking to you, or like maybe don't have that kind of like resolution of you had a fight and this is why. It's just kind of like, you drift apart. I don't know, I think one, realize that like sometimes friendships just drift apart and it happens.
I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like I feel like I'm in a place right now where I'm not ghosting friends, but I've become a lot more selective of who I choose to share my time with.
Yeah.
And I guess people might feel like that's me ghosting them or not responding to them, but I just like had a moment where I was like, how do these people make me feel? Do I actually enjoy my time with them, or do I feel like I'm hanging out with them because I need to like be validated? So if it's somebody that you care about, maybe just sending them a message and just saying like, hey, you know, like I feel like our friendship is fizzling out and I don't want it to because I really care about you. If there's anything I did, let me know, because I'm open. And you have to be like genuinely open to hearing what they have to say, because I've done that and I've been criticized and it hurt me, but they would have never known, because I was like, I hear you and I don't want to make you feel that way, so what can I do to be better, you know?
I think that's a really good way to approach it. I also think a lot of the times you might get a response like, hey, shit, I'm so sorry. We're adults, so it's like sometimes people just get busy, and a lot of the times like even just sending that text and being like what you just said, you might get a response back like, hey, actually, yeah, I'm sorry that I've been this way. I'm kind of going through something, or I'm just busy, let's grab a coffee, or even just something like that, and you might be like, oh, okay, because a lot of times I feel like
it might not be anything at all.
And you might take that personally, like, oh, maybe that person doesn't want to be friends with me or something like that. It might not be that at all.
Taking the factors of their life before you start to get too consumed with that.
And taking it like personally. Also, guys, quality.
Wow.
Quantity over quality.
No. And that's it for this video.
Thanks for being here. Clearly, I should not give out life advice, but quantity. Fucking
what the fuck, Mariana? We just went over this. No. I got it. Quantity over quality. Shit.
This is a good one. Do you keep in touch with your exes? I would say I keep in touch with my ex to a degree. Like Omar and I are on really good terms. I would say we're friends. I know that like if my boyfriend was like in super close touch with his ex, then I would feel some type of way. I would feel some type of way about it. So I think it's what you're comfortable with, and I just like, but we are definitely friends, and I would say like, you know, I wish him nothing but the best, and he would do the same thing. We follow each other on social media. There was never like anything like, ooh, we hate each other kind of thing.
So on the contrary, my ex Omar, are in business together, so, and we stayed really close friends, and I feel like if we weren't in business together, we wouldn't have as much communication as we do.
Yeah.
But in a way, it actually, like, we're actually very professional with each other because of the fact that there are like these strict boundaries where it's like, okay, we have to keep this professional because we're in this together and this is something that we want to keep as like a long-term business. So I'm really grateful for that, and I recognize that not everyone is capable of doing that. And even when I do get into a relationship, the business is so developed now, and I always make it so clear to whoever I'm talking to, for example, the person I'm talking to right now, and even in the future, like I would just be like, hey, you've got nothing to worry about. And I feel like him and I both made it very clear to not only our followers, but people that we choose to spend our time with, of like, yes, there's that history. Yes, we loved each other once upon a time, but we still care for each other, and we're able to do this, so we're going to.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
That's very mature and a very good way to go about it. It's so funny, I got a comment like a long time ago saying like, you know, Omar could never be friends, or you could never just like stay friends.
Why even?
Because you spend so much time with this person. They were a huge part of your life. And if you are two mature adults and you realize that like, yeah, we had this relationship, it didn't work out, but we can appreciate the good times that we had together. You can look back on it, you wish each other nothing but the best, and like, why can't you just stay friends?
Yeah.
You know, and just like,
I look back at my relationship with him and I learned so much.
Oh my God.
I'm so grateful for it, and like it taught me so much about things that I want and don't want in a partner. It's just so healthy. I feel like if you're able to get to that place with an ex, you should, because it's peaceful.
If you can make it peaceful, why not?
Why not do that?
Why not?
Yeah.
I really wanted to answer this question because I think we're gonna have totally different answers.
Okay.
Do you believe in God or have a faith? So I was brought up Christian Orthodox.
Orthodox? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was baptized in a Catholic church, but brought up like following that calendar, like the Greek Orthodox calendar. My grandparents are super religious, but I personally am not religious. Like I don't remember the last time that I've gone to church. I would definitely say that I'm more of like a spiritual person. I believe in like being a good person and doing the right thing. And I want to believe that there's like something out there, but personally, I wouldn't consider myself like a Christian or anything like that.
Yeah, so I actually, like Mariana, was baptized Catholic, and then I grew up Christian. I think Episcopalian or something like that. Yeah, I was super religious my entire life, and then I feel like after my mom passed away, my stance changed a lot. And I feel like when you experience a trauma like that, it either makes your faith stronger or it makes it wither away. So I'm constantly in this place of like, I would not consider myself religious. I'm not bound to any type of religion at all. I would say I'm spiritual. I constantly go back and forth between believing in God and praying to Him every single night, or being like an atheist and not believing in anything at all. And I think that's just like me struggling with like what I've been through in my life, where I'm like, well, if he was real, why did this happen? I get it. Like, I know that people who are believers are going to tell me like, this is because life is set out for you and there's a plan. But you know, I mean, I want to believe as well that there is a heaven and a hell. I want to believe that there is someone overseeing all of this, but it's interesting how life events, trauma, and age can have an impact on your view of religion. Yeah.
I also just think, I mean, honestly, you guys, and this is uncomfortable to talk about because it's such like a touchy subject for a lot of people. And just, I should have said this in the beginning, like as a disclaimer, but we're just talking about our own personal experiences and thoughts, and this is not in any way, shape, or form like this is what you should believe or this is what you should feel. No. But we just want to be comfortable to talk about this. Advice for when you're nervous to hook up with the guy you like and just started seeing. Take it slow.
Yeah.
If you are nervous, then, you know, don't rush anything. A good way to start a hookup is like at the movies or something, because it's like dark. Not like hookup at the movies.
I was like, damn, girl.
No, but like, appreciate, like
a great way to go for it.
You can like, you
in the back row.
Like just like touch each other.
Yeah, being more like sensual and touchy.
Yeah. And then just kind of let things happen on their own time. You'll know if he wants to hook up with you too. Like, you know, you can kind of sense each other out and see, and don't be closed off to anything, but don't be too like overthinking it. Just, you know, if you guys just make out in the car for an hour, that's also so fun.
That's a hookup. There's something about seeing someone for the first time where it's like, even though you have experience or you don't have experience, it still feels like the first time ever. But once it actually starts and it gets going, it's not that nerve-wracking. It's just we build it up in our heads to be something to be intimidated about. But everything's been great.
What position do you prefer? He says I prefer, but I don't know what position you would prefer.
I'm not sure about that.
Don't know.
I'm a top. I like to be on top.
See, I don't know what it is, but I'm conscious about my double chin. I'm like,
oh, I don't give up.
But yeah. See, that's like so interesting.
How people have different preferences. I used to be a doggy person, but I feel like
I just love a good doggy. Or like a sideways. Still a smidgen jealous when a boyfriend of 4 years speaks to friends that are girls. Overreacting? Question mark.
I get it. I mean, I get it. Like, a smidgen jealous, dude, that's normal.
A smidgen jealous, yeah. Okay, if you're not crazy about it, but if you're like...
You just have moments where you're like, I don't like it. He probably feels the same way. Like, we're so, especially me, and I always blame it on being Puerto Rican, Because I'm like,
You're like,
Puerto Ricans are fucking crazy. We're hot-blooded. We are. Like, that is a thing. Every time in movies and stuff, they're like, I was dating Puerto Rican, she was crazy. Because we are. We're just nuts. Like, I don't know why. But I don't like, I'm a super jealous person. They might not know it, but inside, I'm jealous as fuck. And so...
So interesting, because we just... Oh, no, my camera's repeating. I want to finish this question up. Oh, it's a little right. But, I just said this on Jazmine channel. I'm a reasonably jealous person. Like, where, like, I won't act crazy on it, but, like, I won't love it.
I won't love it.
But also, like, it's so important for, like, your significant other to be able to have friendships with the opposite sex. I think that's so important. I have a best friend who's a guy, and, like, I can't imagine my life without him.
Your like, maturity and stance changes also depending on the person that you're dating and where you're at in your life. Because one of the guys that I was talking to before, I would have not liked it if he was friends with girls because I know him. He's a flirty guy.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, how secure do you feel?
Yeah, but with the guy I'm seeing now, like, it means, like, I don't even worry. I wouldn't even, it wouldn't even cross my mind. If he was like, hey, me and Sally are gonna go grab a bite, I'd be like, great, tell Sally I said hi. I would feel nothing because I know how he sees me and I know how he respects me. So I'm like, yeah, go for it.
I love that answer. That is literally so perfect. Yeah, it's also just like reassurance from your significant other and letting them know how you feel without being and acting crazy. Like, if there's something that makes you feel uncomfortable and you're just like, acknowledge it and say that and just be like, hey, you know, I'm kind of a jealous person sometimes and like, I don't really love that. Maybe they'll be like, hey, come to lunch with us next time.
Exactly,
so like you can meet the girl and, you know. So yeah, I think that's perfect. We have a couple more questions and then we're gonna cut this thing down. But if you happen to not use condoms, how do you ensure prevention of STDs?
Ooh, you don't.
You don't, yeah.
That's the risk you're taking every time.
I honestly, my advice would be to use condoms until you are in a committed relationship where you know that the other person's only sleeping with you. Or at least, maybe not a committed relationship, but like as long as it's established that you two are the only ones that are physically active together.
And even then, condoms do not prevent STDs. Like whenever I was dating casually, I mean, it's a risk that you're taking. I've been lucky enough to never have gotten anything. And it's also really nice when you're seeing someone and they show you a physical paper and they're like, I'm clean.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That's your health that like is in other person's hands. If you're comfortable with sleeping together, you have to be comfortable to talk about things like that. Do you feel confident when your boyfriend sees your body? Also, how to feel confident too?
I feel great.
I used to be the person that was just like, lights off during sex. Like, I don't want you to see anything. Literally, I felt my most comfortable with just complete darkness because I was like, well, I can't see anything. But that's, I just
based
realized
on what
that
you
it was
feel.
my own insecurities in my own body. And now, like, I just think I overcame that. I still struggle, you guys. I think that's just like, it's always going to be there. Like, you're gonna have days where you don't feel good or you're gonna have days where your body image is straight shit.
My favorite is like a dim light, like a yellowy kind of moody light. And just because I feel like it just adds to the mood. Complete darkness, I could not do that. I'd be like, I can't even see you. Like, knocking heads, exactly. Wake up with a concussion. Like, I feel like I've always liked a moody light, but that has nothing to do, I mean, I guess it partially has to do with my body, but it's also that it's just flattering. You just feel, it sets the mood, you feel good. But I do agree with Mariana where like, a lot of it has to do with how they make you feel. That's kind of what a lot of this stuff comes down to.
Yeah. And yourself as well, of course, like your own self-confidence and how
1000%. Yeah.
But I would say like body image for me is like, some days I feel so good and I'm like, daylight, morning, like let's get in the mirror right there. Let's just see it all. And sometimes I'm like, I don't feel too hot today. But it's like, I just be honest with like your partner as well and realize that honestly, like they find you attractive. So if you're with the right person, like they're gonna find you attractive in a trash bag. So
yeah, 1000%. 1000%.
Okay. Does birth control affect your appetite?
Oh my god, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. So much. I found when I started delivering all over again, I was ravenous. I couldn't stop eating.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, I'm getting like chocolate cravings. I want cupcakes. I like,
but it also balances itself out. Like I've been on New Ring now for 6 months and I feel like my hunger is like pretty much
Normal.
back to normal. Yeah. That's going to conclude this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Prince is here to say goodbye. Jasmine's channel will be linked in the description bar, and we're going to do these more often because these are so fun.
Yeah, they're so fun. We should do these like once a month.
Literally, like just once a month. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Shake.